It's an honor to have you on the show. What do you remember back on draft day? You obviously proved 30-something teams wrong, but what do you remember the most about that day or that weekend? I guess it was Saturday back then.
Well, how disappointed I was. I was very, very frustrated. Really didn't know how to process what had just happened, but I got over it. But I was really frustrated.
Were the Bears? I saw an NFL Films thing from years and years ago about you and the Bears when you had fallen to that point and the Bears were up. Did you pray for that to happen because you felt that was the best place where you can be? Am I getting that right?
I did. After the first round was over, I went outside and I was very, very upset and obviously emotional. And so I'm crying and I'm kicking tires and I'm thinking I don't even want to be in the NFL. This can't be right. And I pray and I say, Lord, I said, if I'm really meant to play in the NFL, let me get drafted by the Chicago Bears. And about 30 seconds later, my girlfriend, who is my wife now, came to the door and said, Mike, the Chicago Bears just drafted you in the second round. And I was like, wow. That was pretty fast action.
And the rest is history, right, Mike? I mean,
yeah.
that turned out to be pretty good for you. You were obviously a sensational college player, but even for yourself, what was that big adjustment like going from college level play to, playing with the big boys in the NFL?
I think at the college level, it was dealing with the physical preparation, the physical maturing from high school to college, that development that needed to take place, and so really stepping into my body, and there wasn't a whole lot of mixed defenses and things like that. The coaches didn't have that much time to prepare. So it was more of a physical game, but the NFL, it was more of a mental game. And that was something that I was not quite prepared for. I'm still in the physical realm and, can't wait to strike someone, can't wait to hit someone. But then my strengths, as teams begin to prepare and game plan me and things like that, my strengths begin to take me out of the game. And I would be really quick one way and they started running counter plays and misdirection and things like that. And I found myself lost. So it was really that mental edge, going to the next level, really watching film. And I watched very little film as a collegiate player. But at the next level at the NFL, I really, really was challenged by Buddy Ryan to watch film. And I did. And it took me a while to really, even though I was looking at a lot of film, I wasn't seeing anything. And finally, one day, one night, I saw it and my career changed.
So all that time, and then all of a sudden, just something clicked?
Yeah.
What
was my second year in the league.
What was it you saw?
Well, Buddy Ryan, I would ask Buddy, a lot of questions. Well, Buddy, how do I do this? How do I look at the film? What am I looking to get out of the film? And he just said, son, look at the film. And I'm like, does he not understand what I'm asking? I'm asking, what am I looking for? And he just said, just watch the film. And so for a year and a half, he told me that. And here I am one night sitting there watching film and tears in my eyes. And I'm saying, something's not right. I'm asking my coach, what do I look for? How do I watch film? And all he says is, you got to watch the film. And so I'm sitting there and I'm looking at the film, but I'm not seeing the film. And all of a sudden, my second year, maybe mid-season, as I'm looking at film, I see, whoa, this guard that I'm looking at on the left side, every time it's a run play, his feet is about a half a step back. Every time it's a pass play, his foot is about a full foot back. And I'm saying, wait a minute, hold on now. So I ran it back and it was the same thing. And I ran it back to the beginning of the game. I'm looking at his foot and it's the same thing. And I'm like, oh man, I threw the projector, whatever, the clicker, and just started running around the apartment. I'm like, I see it. and from that point on, I went from guard to guard, to tackle to tackle, and then from tight end to tight end, and then sometimes the receivers. So that's why my eyes were always wide, because I was trying to see everything, every movement, and that was the beginning.
That's how I felt when I saw one of those magic eye posters. I never got them. That's kind of what you described. You remember those, Mike, where you like look at it and it was like it's the Statue of Liberty, but you couldn't see it. Like that's kind of how when you're describing that, like just that moment, like, oh, now I see it, and I can't believe I didn't see it before.
Yes,